got a little one with cerebral palsy who's walking on their toes, wondering, is there any way you can correct their toeing foot posture so they can learn to put their heels down flat and push off onto their toes like normal walking pattern? Hi there, it's Neesha from My Favourite Physio. In today's video, I'm really excited to jump in and share with you a case study of a little one who we met recently here in our clinic. This little girl is 3 years old. She was born with a complicated medical history. One of the problems she had was she had a heart defect. So as a baby, they needed to repair that heart defect and she underwent surgeries. During that open heart surgery, unfortunately, some blood clots ended up moving to her brain and gave her little strokes, which effectively left her affected on one side of her body. So she would have what we would call a hemiplegic gait pattern, meaning one side of her body is affected and she is actually walking on her toe on one side and her hand isn't as good in its function. They basically label her as having cerebral palsy because of the movement pattern she has. Now, this little girl is 3 years old and she has been having physiotherapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy from the moment she was born. Unfortunately, the physiotherapist who had been seeing her just allowed her movement pattern to go as she grew. So she came to us at 3 years old with her foot really twisted up and she was pretty much on one toe, toeing off away like this. It meant that it affected her knee and her hip and her whole body and whole posture. It threw her off balance. She couldn't really walk properly. She couldn't run. She couldn't jump. Her arm is affected, but probably not as much. So her shoulder movement isn't full and her movement is not as smooth and fluid as it should be. Now, I'm really excited to say to you that when we saw her, we could still correct her foot posture. And I said to her mom and dad that really, she's what we consider a mild level 1 cerebral palsy, which means that she could walk by herself. She didn't need any walking aids. We could definitely improve her walking posture. We can't leave their foot to be all twisted and pulled out because it affects their foot bones. So what we did was we did serial casting, and mom and dad had never heard of it. This little girl has had Botox injections to her calf muscles to try and get her heels to come down, but it didn't work. They tried it twice and it just didn't work, but they've never tried serial casting. So we put her foot into a cast like this from her toes to below her knee. We did casting week on week. We were correcting her foot position to get her down flat and stretch her calf muscles while making sure her foot bones were in the right position. I'm so excited to tell you that after 3 weeks of casting, where we changed the cast week on week and changed the position of her leg, she's got her foot down flat and she's walking with her foot flat. Mom was excited because for once she see her running in the park like every other child. And we're really excited. It is actually a 6 to 8 week serial casting protocol. And she's only just started and she's doing so well. I just had to jump in and share with you that if you have a little one with cerebral palsy who's on their toes, don't settle for that. It could be corrected very effectively with serial casting. And if you've never tried it, you must try it. This mother and father is just blown away, unbelievable at the progress her little one has made in such a short time. I'm excited. I think this little one will just do so well, and soon no one can tell that she has cerebral palsy. And that's the game. That's the goal of this whole thing that we're doing. We need to help little ones move better so they can be able to participate at school and be with other kids and be no different. So if that sounds like you've got a little one at home, why don't you give us a ring here at My Favorite Physio? The number to ring is 0297904233. Find out what our expert pediatric physiotherapist can do for your child today. And if you know somebody out there who has a little one with cerebral palsy, why don't you like and share this video with them? Until next time, have a fabulous day. Bye.